Hi, it's Pamela. In this tutorial, we're going to go over how to create intros and outros for YouTube videos.
Hey, and welcome to the official Doodly YouTube channel. If you enjoy our content, please click the like and subscribe button below. Now let's get straight to the video.
So I've already started a blank project and it's called Intros and Outros. That's just what I'm going to call it, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete my little title screen here, and I'm going to start fresh. So off we go with this one. Although it is kind of cute, you might want to use something like that for your intro, who knows? And I now have a blank scene. So what do I want for the intro? A lot of people like to use, a photo of themselves, and that's what we do at Doodly Official, and so that's what I'm going to do today. So I need to upload a photo of myself, which I shall do. I'll go over to props, and I already have it prepared. I go to my blue plus sign, and I'm just going to drag it on in, and there it is. It's me questioning. This is a PNG image, so there's no background. It's transparent background, and it's just me right here, so I think that'll look kind of cool. Now, thought bubble, and I'm going to flip it. So now what I can do is use this as a template for all of my intro videos, and each one will have its own title and it'll appear here in the thought bubble. Now, what I'm planning on doing is using this as a template that I will always start my videos with this template file, and then I'll go in and I'll just edit it as needed. But I might want to have a camera move in there and just always have it there, and I don't have to worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create it by clicking in this camera and panning section, and I want to move it over here temporarily so that now when I click it I can see some of the action. So where do I want the image to start? I want it to start full screen. I think that looks nice, and then I want it to end on the thought bubble. These need to be really fast. People are not going to want to watch this whole long, 20-second intro every time. It needs to be super short, so no more than 5 seconds, probably 3 seconds. So let's see, what should we do? I like this fade effect. I've talked about it a million times now. I really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So instead of it scribbling on like that, I'm going to change it to fade. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And I want the duration to be 1 second, maybe even half a second. Let's try 1. Now, I don't want to waste a lot of time on this thought bubble. 1 second. And then, of course, we'll have room for our title to come in. So I'm not going to do a title right now. And then, of course, we need just a touch of time so that they can absorb what the title is. So maybe 1.5 seconds at the end. And so now we can move our camera effect. I'm going to put some dummy text in there for now so we can get a better sense of the timing. Word wrap in this case. And then we want to center the text. That's probably enough. So let's go ahead. We're at 5 seconds. This is probably fine. Let's hit preview. I would maybe adjust the camera movement so it comes on when he's actually drawing it. And that should be just fine. So now let's go on to our next part, which is the outros. Now this is a blank scene. I'm just going to leave a blank scene in the middle. Gives me some space because remember, this is going to be a template. So now I'm going to add one more scene. This third scene here is going to be my outro. So if you recall, our Doodly outro has our logo over here. I think it says click, like, and subscribe. And then over here, it has some arrows, and then watch this YouTube video, watch this YouTube video. So I want to do something similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually import a screenshot of that very same outro, and I'm just going to recreate it. I'm going to use it kind of as inspiration. So we're going to leave these areas blank because YouTube will fill them in with the actual videos. Everything else we'll want to create with Doodly. So let's do the text first. We can use the same font or we can pick one of our other ones. I'll just use the same one. It's Bangers. And then we need our logo. All right, let's just pretend this is my logo. And then we need an arrow. And then we need some more text over here. Don't forget to watch these. Now, when you're in YouTube, you can control where the videos appear, okay? So that's a step you're gonna need to do independently in YouTube, is you're gonna tell, hey, I like this layout with them on top stacked like this. So you're not stuck with this particular layout. I'm just using this as an example. So you could have them, you know, elsewhere, but this is a good example to show you what you need to do. Let's go back to props and do our arrows. And this is really handy because these are the same arrows that Doodly used. So we just rotate. Well, I guess I need to flip. And that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. So I right clicked. Now I'm just going to choose copy. Right click, paste. And just drag this over, and now I just spin it around and it's the right size. And that looks good. And really, I like this. So now what I need to do is get rid of my little template. So I'm going to select it and delete it. And I now have a outro that I like. I think we want to be very sparse with our timing because we don't have a lot of it. Be kind of cool to have the logo draw on. So let's do a 2-second for the logo. And then really, we probably don't want to spend a lot of time on everything else. We need to do one more thing here. Remember, we have this camera movement at the beginning. Well, we want to make sure to get it back to full screen. So go ahead and click on Add Panning and Zooming. Put it at the beginning of the blank scene. Unlock Start and adjust them so it's full screen. That way, so when we go to preview, show it to you. We zoom in, and that's the end of our intro, okay? And then now it's full screen on our next scene. This is just our dummy scene. You'll do whatever you do in your future videos there. But then when we get to this scene, see, it's nice and full screen again, okay? So let's go ahead and preview our outro. And that looks pretty good. Now you can always add some music or sound effects if you'd like. Just do that the standard way. What I'd like to show you next is how you're actually going to use these intros and outros in practice. So let's go into My Videos, and you have your intros and outros. This is going to be your main one. In general, you're never going to mess with these. What you are going to do, however, is go over here to duplicate. Yes, I want to duplicate it. And now I have a copy of it. So now if I go ahead and edit the copy, let's go ahead and change the name. Now I can create a video in Doodly. So let's change our title. Then I go over to here to my empty scene. Remember, we just put this little buffer there. And now I can go ahead and start building my video. So let's say I've got a cook. And then I just go ahead and build my video however I'd like. And this is already there, and this is already there. One thing to keep in mind when you add a scene, you will need to add it the normal way, but it goes at the end here. So you're just gonna do this. You're just gonna drag and drop it into position. And then you create your second scene. Then you add another one, and then you just drag it in front, and there you go. And that's how you make intros and outros in Doodly, and how you use them over and over as a template. Thanks for watching!